Hello Leo and welcome to Soul Sundays. Leo, it's a quick 3-card spread, one for your mind, body and soul for your week ahead. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my highest self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Leo. Please tell me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear for their week ahead. One card please for their mindset. There it is. Knight of Angels, the Watcher. Interesting. It's quite a spiritual card for you, Leo. We've just had the full moon in the sign of Aries. It's either on the Sunday or the Monday, depending on where you're watching. But this is really talking about your spirituality this week and seeing things from a different perspective. You've drawn the card of sobriety for your body message, asking you to adjust your cravings. So if you've been eating too much chocolate, if you've been drinking too much, it is the card that speaks to me about alcoholism and overindulgence. Then this is the message for you, that you need to curb that this week. Maybe do a bit of a cleanse, go on a bit of a detox, that kind of thing. Okay, all right, let's have a look at what you have here. Knight of Angels. Interesting card to pull. You can tell it's quite spiritual. It's got the connection of the universe, the sign or the symbol that we recognize as Om. It's got a card here that's showing 2 different stars, one that's represented by a circle and one that's represented by itself. So we've got consciousness, we've got a Merkaba essentially, different spiritual messages coming through. So it's something that I would say is not a light card when it comes to your mental process this week, or how you're thinking or what you're thinking about and where you're going. What I do love about it though, if you have a look at the illustration and the colours coming from the eye, it's speaking about really being connected to one, being connected to source, right? Angels in this book, this particular card, the Knight of Angels, are for me swords, right? So how do I explain this? Sometimes the knights are the bringer of information, and sometimes they're the ones that allow us to tap into our soul and see things that we need to see. I always think of this card as you observing your life from like an outside viewpoint. So it's almost like here you are, and here's the outer you, your higher self. And this week you're being asked to actually do that, to actually take the step back and perceive things from a different angle. It says, the card description says, the Watcher. You can determine much of what you would and wouldn't like through observation. Watch, learn, and direct your energy accordingly. You know, a lot of the time when I do readings, private readings and personal readings for people, one of the big questions I get asked about is, getting confirmations for different things. And it's like, well, have you actually stopped and tried to remove yourself from being in this situation and have a look at things from a different point of view? This is a card of transformation, okay? It's talking about anything that is holding you back from having love, from being fulfilled, for being grounded and centered in who you are, will be shifted this week, okay? And that's what I mean with that Aries full moon. For some of you, I feel like it's the dependence on alcohol and substance to numb down feelings. And it's like you can no longer afford to do that anymore, okay? And for others of you, you're making this as a conscious choice because either you've got a new friendship that's come in like a whirlwind, or you've got a new relationship. If we're talking relationship, and I don't want this to be too much on that, it could be that it's a younger air sign. That's, something that's definitely here, and I need to bring that up. Someone who sees things very differently from you and causes you to take a step back, maybe to do a bit of a detox, maybe just to have a look and reassess where you're going in your life, all right? For others of you, I know last week I did a very big reading about being pregnant and pregnancy and babies. So for some of you, it could be that's exactly what's happening for you, and you're needing to now give up alcohol. And for others, as I said, it's about actually taking control of your emotions. The card of formation is really allowing things to come together naturally on their own, okay? It says, allow a situation to unfold in its own time and space with minimal interference. It's going to get better. Play with your sense of self, challenge it, add to it, pull it apart, and bounce it off other people and take new form. So it's really asking you to actually step back, accept that things are not always going to be in your control. Have the ability to just spend this week looking at things from a different perspective. If something is challenging you, be it at work, I want you to step back and have a look. This is a card that also speaks about legal aid, someone that's in a legal profession or something like that. So it could be that you need to actually let them step out of the situation, let them take control, and then things will form by themselves, okay? But overall, I think the message for this week is allowing yourself to step out of your 3D body and have a look at a more spiritual angle of what's going on around you, so then you can know how to proceed forward. It's a big week of transformation for you, Leo, and it doesn't surprise me with that Aries full moon in your sister sign. Just take a breath, take one step at a time, and I think by next week you'll see the energy shift again. All right, I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.